everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg, this is Ginzburg, and welcome to Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. We have a really excellent show for you guys today. Gene, how are you doing so far?
I'm really excited. Yeah, as always, this is going to be an amazing show, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to talk about today, which is Facebook.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Facebook and data breaching and all this controversy that has happened with Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook lately. Do you have any initial thoughts, or what have you heard so far?
Sure. Well, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, it sounded like it wasn't necessarily a data breach itself. There was data that was available at that particular time. Now, should it have been available? Maybe not. But I don't think it was necessarily a data breach. Now it snowballed into this thing that became a much bigger issue. And yes, and the data that was available at that time was probably more data than anybody should have had the power to see or to view. So that's what I've been hearing, and also everything that I've been seeing since then looks like there's been a lot of changes at Facebook. I even got an email today I use a platform called Hootsuite, and Hootsuite allows you to schedule social media posts on things like Facebook and LinkedIn and other social media platforms, and it's been a good platform for me to use because I do a lot of social media posting, and my virtual assistant and my social media coordinator do that for me using Hootsuite. And I got a note today from Hootsuite saying that with the changes that Facebook is going through, there might be changes also to how we use Hootsuite. So that's what I've been hearing, that's what I know, but please share what you've heard.
Yeah, no, I mean, same thing that you've heard, but I think the reason I wanted to bring it up today is because it brings up a really good, important topic that we're going to encounter more and more. So, for one, I think technically, I don't think they did anything wrong per se. Like you said, it wasn't a breach or anything. They had permission. But I think this really is a very important lesson for people to maybe think twice when you're giving away all your data. Anytime you sign up for anything, whether it's Facebook or Snapchat or any of them, I'm pretty sure within those 50 to 100 page legal documents that you click agree to, you are actually letting them have access to all this information. And I think why it's so important is because, you are, whether you realize it or not, are giving away this permission for this information. And so you should be much more careful and cautious about what you're putting online. Luckily nothing major happened in this case, but it could have gone the complete other way very easily, and if you don't want certain pieces of information out there, you should not be posting them online or have it online. I just think that it's really important, especially with things like Alexa, which is the next generation of information gathering and AI and smart technology. This is going to be something that people need to be a lot more careful about.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things, I think I read that somewhere, maybe on social media, is if a platform is free, it usually comes with a cost that you're not seeing. And
nothing's free, yeah.
Exactly. And so the way that Facebook or these platforms have been able to monetize and make money is by, I don't want to say exploiting the information that we provide for them, but definitely using it to their benefit to sell to other third parties that can use that for marketing information or just information about all of us that we provide in places like Facebook. And I think that a lot of people are just not necessarily aware. So I think there has been definitely a lack of education in what I see about what people actually know about Facebook and what kind of data they have about all of us. And I think that's definitely something, and of course, places like Facebook are not going to be like, hey, this is the education you need to know, and here is a short blog post about these are all the things that we know about you because it's a free platform. And so I think the onus is on us, the consumer, the user of Facebook and other platforms like that, to really become educated and overall just become educated. Again, if it's a free platform, it probably comes at a cost that we're just not seeing to us. So
do you think that that's worth it then? I mean, I don't see humans changing their behavior or getting off Facebook. I think that we as a society now, really, they could come out and say, okay, we are going to exploit this data. We are going to do all kinds of things with it. Do you think people would just stop using it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that they're going to stop using it for that reason. They would stop using it for the reason that maybe it's no longer interesting or it's no longer engaging for them. Mm-hmm. I don't think that people would stop using it based on the fact that it was a data breach or data exploitation. And I agree. I think people are not going to change in that sense. And again, I think it could be just lack of education, perhaps, that people are just not always aware. Or maybe some of them don't really care. And they're like, I don't know, I don't really have anything to hide. Whatever's on Facebook is fine for anybody to use if they'd like to, and if they'd like to find me online and market to me. So I think there's a couple of approaches to this. In terms of me, personally, I don't put a lot of information on my Facebook profile. I try to kind of keep it simple. So I don't know, that's just me, but everybody's different. What about you, Steven?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to be cautious of what I put online, or at least conscious. The way I kind of think about it, and I've thought about it like this for a long time, is anything that goes off into cyberspace, whether it's through a text message, email, Facebook, whatever it is, I've got to assume that maybe not today or tomorrow, but within the next 20 years, someone's going to be able to have access to that information. And so I always try to think about what would my unborn children say if I posted this or sent this or whatever, because they probably will have access to it at some point. That's kind of how I think.
Really? Well, I hope they don't have access to my text messages and everything. I mean, obviously social media is different, because that's public domain, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, I try to have that kind of general thought process. I think twice before I do certain things.
Well, that's a very good idea. Probably, be cautious about what you're saying on social media or any other. Well, everything now is in the cloud, right? I mean, there's nothing that is sacred anymore. Everything is.
And sort of the way I wanted to tie it all into the marketing aspect for the audience is because I think there's definitely another wave of, targeting that's happening. So have you ever looked up something or even talked about something, and then the next day you see an advertisement for something along those lines? Has that ever happened to you yet?
Not really. I mean, that's kind of the idea, is that it should happen, but I don't know if the technology's there yet to really... I've seen retargeting ads, obviously, like if I go to a website and I'm looking for a pair of shoes, that those pairs of shoes are now going to be following me for the rest of eternity, probably, which is not a good way to run a retargeting campaign, just so that you know.
Correct.
Coming from a digital marketing expert. But I think that's the idea moving forward, that's the idea behind Jeff Bezos and all of those, and maybe Mark Zuckerberg, who are like, I'm going to know what you're thinking, right? I'm going to know that you want a pair of shoes in a certain color and a certain style, and it's just going to appear in front of you in the next day. It's like you think of it, and and lo and behold, it appears, right? So that is the idea. Maybe we're going to put chips in our head so that way Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos know what we're thinking and what we want. I don't know. That's kind of a dangerous scenario.
Like, I did want these. Yeah.
So, cool.
All
Any
right.
other
last
last ideas or thoughts?
No, that was it.
Awesome. Well, good chat today. I'm excited about our next conversation, but this was a good one too, Things like data breaches and data and security, always good to talk about that. So awesome. If you guys have anything to add, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave so in the comments.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Stephen and Gene.